You take it. And then you dunk it. Get it nice in there. Oh, yeah. You like that, girl. You like that, girl?
I like the chick there. I don't know what she's...
Alrighty. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
I gotta put on my Primal glasses.
Yeah, good. Oh, this has got really tasty.
Let's go over a little bit. I want to be in the sun,
No, for sure.
you know?
Fine, I'll take the high ground.
God, it looks fucking nasty.
Are you recording? Are you doing anything? What is happening here?
Yeah, it's on, but like we can start whenever.
Oh, what? Am I supposed to prepare something for this? I don't do prepared. I do everything raw, fresh, off the cuff.
I was gay as fuck.
What?
That was the gayest shit ever. Yeah, let's start this bitch out with eating some high meat.
Oh, that's right. You got high meat. Yeah. It's, what do you got in there, Chief?
Fucking the bison liver.
Oh.
I got a bunch of these questions.
Just drink it.
Fuck no. That's just nasty as hell. So I got a bunch of these questions that are from a Telegram group that I made.
Okay.
And all these dudes are super dope. I fuck with them. They're tight
Super
as hell.
dope. Okay, that must be like really in.
Yeah, they're super tight.
Okay, good.
They're swag. Alrighty, so the first one is, can you gag on some liver for us, please? AKA, eat some high meat.
Well, go ahead. Gag.
You're gonna have some too. I'm not gonna be gagging. It'd be like taking a shot with your buddies. You gotta hold it out.
One of the things I'd say about this is you really need air around it.
It's
what
been
I'm
in
saying?
there for like 5 months and I haven't aired it out yet.
Well, but you know, like your meat, you cut it into chunks, you know, and they kind of like sit on top of one another, and they're surrounded by air all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that they'll break down that way. This is if it's all just like soup there. I don't think that there can be a whole lot of bacterial action
No.
underneath the soup.
Pretty good, huh?
Kind of wimpy.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's not really too high.
Bitch made?
Sorry. But what I'm
We'll
saying,
get there.
well, yeah, you will. But what I'm saying is, to do that, what I would do is separate the meat from all the juice or whatever the hell we're going to call that stuff, and the meat should just be, you know, like exposed
Mm-hmm.
to air, because that's what breaks things down.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because the shit you got underneath the car, that's like beef jerky.
Yeah, because that's some of that stuff is just like,
That's just nasty. Oh fuck, that's just nasty.
I don't know.
So, the first questions I'm gonna ask you are pretty fucking gay. They read like textbooks.
Your expressions.
I'm gonna do my best to not interrupt you
Your
too.
expressions are so.
Yeah, let's be real. So
Is that the way people talk now?
that's the way they do it now.
God.
I'm starting the scene.
I'm getting
Alrighty,
indoctrinated.
let's get this bitch out. So, this one's from a dude named Kim. Kim's dope as fuck. What other practices and principles besides Primal Diet TM, trademark, have you found helpful and health promoting?
Well, I'm a Scientologist, and I wouldn't be doing this Primal Diet if I wasn't. So there's an awful lot of information in there that will assist you in your travels towards shall we say, optimum health, because that's basically what we really should be doing, is rather than frittering away our life and potentials, but we should be going towards achieving as high a level of awareness, ability that we can. And the primal diet is key to that. But also spiritual awareness doesn't hurt.
No. Let's say in there specifically to eat raw meat.
No, that's not part of the agenda there. But the basic concept is to survive, and to do anything with your food actually hampers, gets in the way of your survival, because you have to survive with this body, and the body only can eat food naturally evolved on the planet, because that's the body and the food evolved together.
You remember you talking about like getting earth, water in you, like the elements?
No, I didn't say that, but that sounds good.
This was a while back. All right. What have been some pitfalls during your time learning and applying Primal Diet TM and its principles that others could learn to avoid? Like, for example, do you still have it in your pocket?
What?
Do you still have it in your pocket?
Oh, my Lou formula?
Yeah. You talk about that. That's a good thing to apply. I didn't even think about that shit.
So you're talking about pitfalls though.
Yeah, when I made it, it was nasty as fuck, but
because you didn't follow the instructions. Is that the new wave, man? Somebody comes up with something and you figure out how to do it better or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you have the books, Aajonus' books, like We Want to Live or Recipes for Living Without Disease, he talks in both of them about a lube formula. That's for the men, or a moisturizing formula. It's all marketing, but
get them moist.
But as far as I have, these are all the ingredients of a lube formula, and one of the things is because I kind of run out of time, or because I heat everything by solar, and so if the sun's down, then I'm in trouble getting this warmed up. So I put all the ingredients in a jar like this, and then I put it in my pocket, and I carry it around with me all day. And you can see right now it's liquid. I can just drink it right the way it is. And right now I just might even enjoy some of that with my Bison. Thank you for bringing that up there, Eric.
You gotta combine them both.
Oh yeah, you should combine them together. Can you see that?
See? I'm not gonna be able to see it. That's from your body heat too?
Yeah, that's all it tastes.
Looks good.
Mm-hmm. Aajonus talks about this. It's something you should really, really embrace. We should do one serving of this every day. It's great for your joints. It's great for just loosening things up, and it gets fat to parts of your body that never would, because what happens is you're so fat starved that all the fat that you consume is just totally grabbed in your your intestines, in your gut, because it needs that. And so this formula actually enables the fat to bypass the gut and get out to parts of the body that'll never see fat. And boy, I tell you, I can tell that, because then everything loosens up, and I'm feeling good. And so that's something there. I don't know. That's part of this question that he asked. I'm not quite sure how that fit in, but I can read. What have been pitfalls during your time learning and applying and its principles? Well, here's one pitfall that I didn't actually have, but Eric really fell into one that he created. It's just don't follow the rules. Know better than what's been put down. So that's the pitfall. Aajonus, for sure, it's trial and error, and some of the stuff that he touted a year or 2 years, 3 years ago, before he passed away, it changed as he found out more. So anyways, I didn't know anything about it, so I follow exactly what Aajonus says. And I went and saw him. Within the first year I was on the diet, and I've seen him since then. I saw him a second time before he passed. And so if you do what Aajonus says, there aren't any pitfalls. There's a detox going on, and that'll happen. You feel lethargic and you go into your ache and pain and stuff like that, and just realize that that's just stuff that you're getting rid of. And you just have to go, okay, you are on the right path, you know, lie down, take a nap. And usually you're out of it, you know? So that learning and applying, Primal, learning and applying. That's, make sure when you learn that you learn it, rather than, you know, go off on your own, you know best.
Throw that bitch in a jar and eat it.
Yeah, right. Well, this
On the interview, dog.
Good.
So this one's from Raphael. Looks like he's having some girl problems. If you had a wife who was following a keto diet, what steps would you follow to make her a primal wife?
Well, what I do, and this is, you know, because you're going to run into all kinds of people, you know, most people, period, are in another group than you. So you only can do it by example. And you know, what you do is you just step up your application of the primal diet, you know, and eventually people are going to see the difference that it makes in you, and they're going to go, what the hey? And you're going to say, well, you know, this is how I do it. You know,
How much weight did you gain when you first started?
didn't gain any.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I blew up like a balloon.
Well, I don't know. I could come up with all kinds of why that is, but that's that supposition. I know you'll gain weight with the milk, and but I eat a pound of hamburger every day because that was what Aajonus said, and you need to have a pound in order to be able to give the body the energy it needs just to make it through the day and have something left to rebuild cells, because that's what you're trying to do. You've been, however old you are, you've been destroying cells in your body with every cooked meal you have, every processed meal. There's enough environmental problems that we have out here with whatever they're doing with the chemtrails and the smart meters and the cell phones and 5G and everything else like that, GMOs. It's all designed to make you succumb. So if you're not on a diet that's going to combat that, then you're in real trouble. And I know I strayed off the question there, but this is something that I really am very.
This is just
about.
a guideline. We're just here to talk.
I got it, but there was some subject.
You should go on tangents.
That I was answering, and then I slid right into something that I'm very adamant about. You know, because you have to understand that it's not set up for your survival here. Whatever you find at the store, whatever you find in the air, whatever you find in the water, all of that is designed to make you, you know, a client for Kaiser Permanente. Besides
Blue
the
Cross.
you know, and then whoever the mortician is. So
That is true.
but there is a way out, and it's just naturally eating the stuff that your body evolved with. Oh, so I was getting the cells and stuff like that. Okay.
How long have you been doing this for?
22 years now.
22 fucking years.
I know.
You're the only one in your family that follows it, correct?
Oh. My daughter was into it at first when she was about 16, and she was into it and loved it, and but it's
peer
tough.
pressure?
Yeah, that's what it is. You know, her husband. You know, but she's raised all her kids, and besides breastfeeding most of them for quite some time, 2, 3, 4 years, they're all on raw milk.
Yeah.
And really, it's something that you really need to do, because it's, you know, for the kids. And I look at my grandson Gabriel, who's 22 now, or will be 22 November 1st. And there's not a tall person in my bloodline and there's really not a tall person in her mother's bloodline, or her mother is his mother, but like my wife, she, and yet Gabriel's huge, and I go, and Gabriel's been on raw milk since day one, and I think that really, I just thought that myself. I said, Jesus, that's, it's really, when you're getting the proper nutrition from the start, then you've got, really good chance. Now, my granddaughter, Alabama, she was not so much breast milked, not for so long, and it makes a difference. She's like my size. Who knows what's going to happen with Peyton, because he's already shooting up, and he's only 10, and he's like, almost as tall as I am.
We're turning them into giants with raw milk.
But it's just, that's basically, and if you know Pottinger's data,
With the cats.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it rings true. It's truth. Anyways.
What issues did you have that made you go primal diet?
I had no issues. No issues. I was working with the Church of Scientology, and had a very intense schedule that I went from from 8 o'clock to 2 o'clock the next morning, and
doing what? Working?
yeah, and I wanted to be able to play tennis. I mean, that's something for me. So how could I do that? So I've been working with all kinds of things that I went into MSM. What is this as far as like? I did a vegetarian juice diet. I did liquid vitamins. I did what is little cell creatures, single cell amoebas and stuff like that. Oh, algae. I did blue-green algae and stuff like that. All in an attempt, to be able to operate with less sleep. And all of these things worked for a while, and then but it flattened off.
Yeah.
Okay, well, guess we got all we can get out of this horse. And but when I got into the raw meat thing, it just kept getting better all the time. And so I did get to play tennis. But what I'm doing, and this is like that question that I kind of veered off on. All of a sudden it came to me that, Jesus, I mean, I really messed up a lot of my life, because I was able to get by with minimal effort and maximal destruction and still be way ahead of everybody else. So I said, I wonder what I'm worried about. But now I'm like, God, imagine if I was, on this diet from the get-go, there's no telling how powerful and able I could be. And so that's kind of that's what I kind of got out of this when I started doing this. Oh shit, the sky is no limit. Nobody knows really, because nobody's done it, really. The only people that are on a really raw diet are living in kind of bliss with nature and stuff like that, but it's that they haven't really gotten to the point where they're top dogs in the nature. And they're still, anyways, I know that I just stay on this diet, and people will eventually see what part of this question, and they'll go, oh shit, he knew what he was talking about, or what the hell is he doing that we should be doing? Because you're not going to convince anybody, because they've got their own beliefs and everything that they've been taught, and the school, their priest, their mother, their grandparents, everything else like that, and the president, who knows? And you're going to with one simple statement, flip them. You're living in dreamland. But you can seeing is believing, and they look at you and they go, holy shit, And you said, then you go, that's what I'm talking about. Anyways.
That's right.
I know, pretty.
That's right. Tell them. So yeah, no issues. All right, now we're gonna get to some beefy ass questions.
Oh.
It's from the main man, Vilt. His name's Vilt. Cool dude.
Okay.
I think you already answered this one. you can maybe expand on it. What made you start the diet and eat this way?
Well, that was it. I needed to get more out of my day.
Yeah. How'd you find about it?
Very interesting. We were having a Christmas party at Celebrity Center, and one of the people there we were putting on the party, my office, but the public people that worked for the office were the ones that were having their friends in, okay, for the party. And I took a look at Barbara, and are we on?
Yeah, I just had to make sure.
And I've known this girl for quite some time, and all the nice mess up my bed, why don't you?
I'm fucking it up.
Jesus Christ!
I need some fucking. I need some sandals, man.
Yeah. You need some manners, is what you need. God,
I'm just a fucking mess.
Jesus. Anyways, so I looked at Barbara, and she was exuding so much life, and it was looking really good. And I went, "Whoa, what the hell are you doing?" I said, and she told me about this diet, and I said, "No shit." And so I went, okay, and I left I took a little time off from, I was a setup guy, and went across the street to Gelson's, and I bought some raw stew meat, and I got outside of the Gelson, and I ripped over the package, and I threw a chunk of stew meat in, and I went, I gagged, and then once I got past that, which was basically that's all here, it wasn't anything else bodily, it was just in my mind. So I had to get over that raw meat phobia or whatever it was, but I mean it was instantly, and then I went, oh Jesus, this is pretty good, and I just I went, this is it. Yeah. And so I've been eating raw ever since.
How'd you find out about Aajonus? So you met her, she told you just straight up
because
ate raw meat?
Yeah, no, she had, she got it from Aajonus's book, We Want to Live. She actually loaned it to somebody else in the office across from mine, so I sought it out immediately. And I got the book, and I read the book, and I went, this is the bomb, and that's kind of hip, isn't it? Or that was
you're hip
that
now.
was about 20, 30 years ago.
You're hip now.
And so then, and I just religiously, and that's when I was getting a pound of meat from Gelson every day. And then I went and saw Aajonus about 6 months later for my first consult. And my daughter drove me up there. It was really cool because he lived way the fuck up there.
Where at? Mountains?
No, it's up PCH, Canaan Dune, and way inland and stuff like that. So anyways, I got a ride there with her, and she sat in on it. The whole thing was really cool. And Aajonus, and that's when he was saying that you needed, 5 generations of cells to have a new body, or a body back to the way it was before you trashed it. And so I went, well, shit, that sounds like what I want. And that's 5 generations of cells, and he says like 40 years. And I said, oh, how does he come to that figure? And he said, blood cells, they replicate really quickly. But bones are 7.5 years. So me being the mathematician and smart ass, I said, well, that's 37.5 years. I was making him wrong. And we had a little tussle about that. He said, yeah, okay, fine. So that's the program I'm on. And I want to get back to where I was before I stepped off the road to truth, as we say. I mean, because just basic food is truth. And
is there anything you want to eat right now? Like, I'm fucking
I'm
dying.
eating...
No. Cooked food. Cooked
God,
food.
no.
You don't have, you don't want In-N-Out burger,
Nope.
you don't want a double.
I've never had one of those.
Nothing? Not even ice cream?
No.
Not even any cooked food?
No.
I'm feeding for some In-N-Out fries.
What?
Animal style fries.
What the fuck do you want to do that for?
I just want some. I'm not gonna eat any.
What, you just gonna hoard them?
To eat it!
Oh, well, I'm not gonna eat any of them. Fine.
Yeah, the question was, do you want to eat any cooked food? Is there something you're like, that would be fucking good to eat?
What did I tell you? What did I say?
No.
Okay, good. So we don't have to elaborate on that. What part of no don't you understand?
You know how I'm always
It's an old country song, for God's sakes, man. Get with it.
I gotta always argue and fucking reiterate my shit.
No, you don't got a chance.
How are you feeling today?
Well, I'm not doing so bad, but I'm, one of the things that I'm on a continual detoxification. So if I don't have anything that really motivates me, something I have to get done, and now I'm doing this with Eric, I'd be taking a nap, okay? So that's the whole program, and my grandkids and everybody says, oh God, if you're doing something so great, why the hell are you sleeping all the time? Well, you figure that the body heals itself only when you're sleeping or resting. And if you figure that you trash your body for me, 50 years before I got this thing, so that's a lot of cleanup. That's a lot of healing. So, and if you read Aajonus' books, he talks about how he sleeps for 12, 14 hours a day,
How old are you now?
70.
70?
Yeah.
How much do you sleep a night?
I try to go 10 hours. And there's no sound sleep, don't get me wrong. But I lay down and I try to, if I'm not sound asleep in dreamland, I'm at least not moving. And that's something that you really need to understand is when you start moving and doing stuff, then you're calling upon your body, the resources in your body to move the body. So when you're not doing that, then the body can go, oh, okay, so we're not going to have to walk down to the corner store and he's just lying still so we can fix a few things. Yeah. So just like I just even was talking with a good friend of mine, Tamara, and it was just basically she couldn't sleep, whatever. Well, just lie there. Just lie there and the body will be able to
heal itself.
Yeah, start correcting things. As long as it's not having to spend all its energy on, walking to the refrigerator.
You've been doing it 100%, right? So.
Well, now I have, earlier I wasn't, I say, well, I wasn't, I have family, and none of them are on this diet. So, you go over and see them and whatever, and you end up eating some of the crap that they eat.
Like In-N-Out fries?
No, I don't see my most immediate family, which is my daughter and her family. They all know my diet, and I really don't want to give in to them or to their way of life one iota, because then it detracts from my story. They say, oh yeah, well, you had animal fries with us last Tuesday. I go, sorry.
Interesting. Do you know any great stories from Aajonus that you could tell?
Nothing that isn't in the book. And
no personal ones, like.
Wait, what is nothing that isn't in the book? What part of that didn't you duplicate?
Say that one more time?
Nothing that isn't in the book. I gave you my story, okay?
Uh-huh.
So what was that?
Is this related to Aajonus?
That's what I'm saying. I gave you my story, but you when he told me it was to be 40 years, and I said no.
Yeah, do you have any others? Is that your one and only story?
Well, that's a very personal one, and that's that's one I just
cherish. Yeah.
What?
Cherish.
Cherish? No. Well, it's just it's fine. At his memorial, that was what I shared with everybody there.
That's tight.
Because I think it's most important, and this is something that a lot of people that in our club, they're kind of dabbling, and the real message, and I just didn't really push it enough, is that you can have a whole new life, you can have a whole new body, and so get cracking.
Yeah.
37 and a half years, and everybody goes 37 and a half years. They go, well, fuck it. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Who cares? If you could be like you were when you were 5 years old, how would life look to you with all the experience you got, and yet everything is so fully operational as it was back then.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. It's just like, it's too important, and it's just like, you know, but it's, I mean, life's it's been taped as far as, you know, you are born, you grow up, you get old, you die. Well, fuck, I don't agree with that. You know?
You're gonna live forever?
Why not? I
do
mean,
it.
we're designed to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but our artificial intelligence has programmed us straight into the, like I said, Kaiser. You know,
Blue Cross.
to the pharmaceuticals. Let's go.
Take some pills for it.
Yeah, right.
How long are you planning to live? What a morbid question.
Well, no. See, it's not even that. You know, see, my credibility is probably, but well, I say forever. You know, and forever is like, whoa, that's just like that's out there.
Yeah.
You know, so, but if it's let's just say I'll live at least as long as Adam lived, and you go, oh God, there he goes religious on me. But you know how long Adam lived?
How long?
Some 900 years.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is interesting. Adam's son lived like 400 and some odd years, and the son of the son lived about 200 and something. So if you have any science background, you go, oh, half-lives, you know, and they're just splitting like that. And so the more and more that they're getting more into the cooked food and stuff like that, they shorten their lifespans. Now we're 70 or 80 years or whatever it is. So I don't see any reason why I can't with my knowledge and this thing just, you know.
You think your soul lives on forever? Do you think your
No,
physical body will die?
I don't have a soul.
Mm-hmm.
I am a soul, if you want to say. I don't have it in my back pocket or whatever. No, I am.
Your personal soul. Do you think it's,
No. That's me.
which is you?
Yeah, that's
You as you.
Yeah, yeah. So, so we are basically matter with life.
Correct.
Okay, so life force has made these organisms, and then we decided to hitch a ride. So I'm riding this body, and I'm going to take it into the sunset and beyond.
What is it? I forgot the saying. It's like, would you rather ride out in a blaze of glory, or go out in the whisper of the night? Sounds like you go out in a blaze of glory.
No, I'm not going to go out. See, everybody's still looking at that end, you know, like that's all been agreed upon. No, why? I disagree.
Okay.
It's a very relevant saying in Scientology.
I feel
Disagree, go free.
you. I feel you.
Now,
Later, man.
Slick, wait a second. I don't want you to be walking out of here.
Okay, you want me to run?
No, I wouldn't do that. Did you get 6 bison? Good. All right.
Because you said.
Yeah. I'm looking out for you.
I'll call you.
Okay, Blue.
I want to ask Jim a lot of these questions. What will happen with the website in the future? Who will take the job from you, or we want to
Who will
live
pick
Primal
up that,
Diet,
yeah.
and who will keep it running? What do you think?
Good question. I don't really know. I haven't really gotten involved in that. I think it's great. Fred and I go way back. And I know his background with regard to just archival, research and abilities on that. So I don't think we're going to find somebody like that to do it. I don't think that but it takes communication. It just takes communication. We'll see who's out there, and I don't know, because I don't know what the whole deal is, as far as like, you know, we got all these recordings, everything else like that, and it needs to be presented or preserved in a way that, you know, is accessible to everybody, and I think that's the main thing, really, is there's more lectures out there that we don't have and stuff like that, you know, that needs to be tracked down, and that I think that an effort should be made to contact everybody that Aajonus has ever seen, and then and pulling together what they have, what input they have into the whole thing, and and that's, you know, so that we can give an embracive look at the path of Aajonus, and where it really portends for us for the future, you know, and I think that's vital. And in like like one of your things you're saying, well, we got to talk to these guys before they croak, you know. Well, yeah, you're right. So there are a whole bunch of them out there, you know.
Yeah.
You know?
There's actually yeah, what happened with all the people that Aajonus helped? Where are they now? Do you still meet them? Ties into what you're saying about other people.
Yeah.
They're kind of fucking hidden. They're, especially, you know, Lewis is like Jim was telling me, he lived with them when he was first students. No one knows about Lewis. They're all kind of keeping to themselves. It's like they got the golden ticket and they didn't share.
I don't know what to say about that. See, all you can do is just, you know, like, to find who these people are, find who they are. I mean, we got Kathy Ornstein and Lewis right here, who've probably been with Aajonus longer than anybody, and I don't want to be in disrespectful or whatever, but, you know, they have serious problems, you know, and Aajonus was just a godsend, you know, and that's, you know, and Lewis, from what I understand, is really pretty much totally on the diet, and so is Kathy, but they got a long way to go.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't, you know, as far as like, I don't see them as really looking at this 37 and a half years or whatever, and just working towards that, because like they got a head start on me. I don't think that's in their universe.
Yeah.
You know, so there are people out there, and I'd really like. I mean, it's just who are they? I mean, I just went and did, you know, like talks all over the globe. You know, so there's all kinds of people that have been, you know, definitely influenced, affected by his work. You know, but where are they? I mean, it really needs to be, you know, like addressed. You know, and let's find these people. Let's get them involved. I know there was a whole thing that I wanted to do, and which is basically get, you know, because he takes shots at everybody's eyes. You know?
Iridology.
Yeah. So, you know, like I thought, you know, and this is way back at the beginning of this group here. I said, well, shit, if we just get the eyes, and we can get, you know, like there's a cassette that he, you know, you when you went to Aajonus, you bought a, you know, a tape cassette, and he started it, and then he would do this consult. He'd look at your eyes, he'd take a picture of your eyes, and he'd tell you what he sees, and that's all on the tape, okay? And so, if you had the tape, and you had the picture of the eyes, you could figure out what the hell he's talking about, and where it is.
Yeah.
You know, so I went, okay, that's what we need to do, because that's my whole thing on this whole deal. Because I really iridology, and I just was really into that, and I went to Bernard Jensen's seminar, like a week-long thing. If you know that what's going on in your body is totally depicted on your irises, then if you got a good shot of your irises, you could match up symptoms, sensations, or whatever with that and go, and you could work it. I was going to do this. I wanted to get, these booths that you can go in at the carnivals and stuff like that, and you put in a quarter. And
Kissing ones?
Well, yeah, I know where your mind drifts to all the time. And you can put in, and you get 4 photos taken.
Yeah.
So I went, shit. There's this really great camera that I wanted to get. And you could have these things all around the world, and you could go in and take a picture of your irises. And it would also with that would come, a little bit of understanding of what you're looking at with your irises, and then it's over to you. And what you could do very simply is you take this picture and you go, oh, this is wrong or that or whatever. You try to fix this and that or whatever with some sound logic. There's, part of this cassette that you got with the picture, and then you go take a picture the next month or 2 months or 3 months later and see the changes.
Yeah.
And you see if you're doing better or worse. And then you can adjust accordingly. So everybody should be, is responsible for their health. And this just gave you a look into what's going on.
Yeah.
And that's what Aajonus was doing. He could read your eyes unbelievably, and he could just tell you what was happening. And then he had all this remedies. Well, he's got all the remedies out there for us.
Yeah.
We got it in the books, so you just need to know what's wrong with you.
Yeah.
And with that, then it's your responsibility, your integrity to yourself to do that.
So what happened to these cassettes? Where are they?
Good question. I know, where am I to?
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of know where they are. but they're also here, but for everybody else to share. And I don't have the pictures of my irises, though I do have pictures of my irises that were taken down at the Jensen thing. And this is where there's this Canon, which I'm thinking about getting it again, which is a couple $1,000.
Canon what, camera?
Yeah.
For what? Take a picture of your eye?
Yeah, for your irises.
That expensive for a picture of your eye?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's
that good?
It's that good.
Okay.
And so I haven't really thought about that much lately, but now all of a sudden I'm kind of flush. So I go, well, maybe I should get that now.
Have you noticed your eyes changing color?
Yeah, no, they're definitely getting bluer.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no question about that.
Do you have before pictures from like a long time ago?
Well, yeah, like when I did this Jensen thing, when was that? That's been 10, 11 years, 12 years ago.
That'd be cool to see a comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta get our hands on those cassettes. That way people can learn.
Yeah,
I want to learn. Fuck.
Well, the thing was, like there was some kind of an effort for that before, but you really need to have somebody that's okay. This is what I'm going to do. And then it's confidential, privileged, information and stuff like that, and people don't want to be exposed or what. I don't know what the hell it is, but
With the picture of the eyeball?
yeah. And whatever you're,
Showing.
And then you're listening to Aajonus tell you, and you're telling Aajonus all the things and whatever, and it's just,
Tell Billy your dick doesn't work.
yeah, well, see, there he goes again, but that's, yeah, there it is.
But I don't want that released to the public.
Yes, I know, but that's a problem. But if the thing is you have to kind of move outside of just right here and realize
bigger picture.
Yeah, the information that you have is vital for the planet.
Yeah.
All the shit that you're seeing is because people aren't properly fed.
Yeah.
All right. And the Western Price book, nutrition and physical degeneration. Well, as the body degenerates too, the spirit, the mind, everything else goes with it.
No.
And so that's, it's essential that we start taking responsibility for ourselves, and that means eat right. And if you're not, then you're just like Russian roulette.
I fuck with it. Some people say that Aajonus faked his death and moved to live in the Philippines. What do you think of that?
No, that didn't happen.
No?
No, we have too many people really close to him, and they went through the whole thing. I mean, the real question is, was he killed or did he
Fall?
Did he just fall?
Yeah.
Sheer stupidity. And that's. But even then, what are you gonna do with that information? Nothing really.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But no, he didn't fake his death.
What happened with Aajonus' son? Do you know his son?
I know of his son. I mean, just from the book, and I've heard little bits after that. But you know, as a Scientologist, I know all kinds of things that are going on with his son. You know, and his whole accident, everything else like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's as great as his recovery with the food.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he still has some stuff that he's carrying with himself mentally.
Yeah.
That's going to get in the way of him fully recovering, and he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I think he went back to drinking. He did all kinds of stuff. You know?
Yeah.
So it's just like you need to have a very strong, you know, drive to do well, and who knows, as far as like this thing with his girlfriend and everything else like that, you know, like, was that ever resolved? You know?
Yeah. Should have just got a new one.
Well, yeah, that's fine, Eric. But I'm just saying it's not all that simple.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're totally wrapped up and you did some, and plus he's got all kinds of garbage on that whole cycle. It just wasn't all her or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, but you know, and all I know is he just, you know, like, he was doing really well as long as he is, you know, really closely connected up with Aajonus.
Mm-hmm.
But left to his own, you know, you got all this peer pressure and all this other things, and you got to understand, you're walking outside the population, you know, and so and that's going to influence you, unless you're one strong motherfucker, which obviously he wasn't, you know, then you know you're going to succumb, and
Yeah.
so you know,
This will come for sure.
yeah,
Peer pressure.
yeah, just like, you know, it's just like,
Who owns the copyright of Aajonus' book?
fuck if I know, I don't have anything to do with that.
I'm just asking him. You know what I mean? You could just say no, like you did.
What?
I fuck with it.
You told me just to kind of like be myself. God damn.
Yeah, you should always be yourself. What do you see the future? What? I should have proofread these. Where do you see the future in the primal diet? A lot of people get good results when they start eating this way.
Is that English? Your sentence construction is a little bit wonky.
I just relaying messages.
Yeah. So you read it to me again. I'll see if I can decipher.
Let me decipher. What do you? It's the original. Where do you see the future with primal diet? Do you see it going down, up? People
Well,
like me promoting it, you know?
I think that's
5
great. I think
Yeah.
that's great that, you know, like, young blood and it's very important because, see, most people that Aajonus dealt with had problems.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Emotional and physical.
physical, you know, and Aajonus was their lifeline to, you know, to doing better in life, just feeling better.
Mm-hmm.
And without him here and stuff like that, they're just kind of waffling around. It's just not. He's like their lifeline.
Yeah.
So we don't have really a whole lot of young people. That's why Fred was so flipped out when he saw you. You know.
How beautiful I am.
Well, he didn't exactly express this as that. No.
I thought I heard him say that. He's so beautiful.
God. Well, Fred said, "You're so beautiful." I really started looking around, you know, for a way out. Where's the exit?
That's my milkman.
God. So no, it's just like, I mean, the plant is primed for the raw diet. It has to be, okay? Or it isn't going to be around that much longer. I mean, the planet will stick around, but this species won't. So, I mean, the future is really wide open, but it's going to be up to people like you, Eric, and me. You know, I'm doing a different thing. I'm working on this coconut cream, but
Are you trying to sell coconut cream in a video? You're like,
No.
hey, buy my coconut cream, Scott special. I'll get you some.
no. What I'm
get
doing
you
right
some
now,
people.
Slick,
Mhm.
is I'm cutting back. You
On
know?
what, coconut cream?
Yeah.
Eating it or making
No, I'm making it.
Yeah.
It's just too demanding for me to run this whole thing, but it's not. So, but once again, what I'm going to do, is I'm going to imbibe a lot of coconut cream, and then you will see the results in how I look, and then they're going to go, oh, what's happening?
Yeah.
And I go, coconut cream.
Coconut cream.
You know, and it's not so much. I'm not trying to make any money on the damn thing. I'm trying
You
to get.
should.
I'm trying to raise awareness.
Yeah, that's why I tell everyone about you.
Yeah.
After this video, you're gonna have like a group of fangirls. You're gonna have to kick them out.
Yeah.
Like-
Okay. Well,
No, Amanda, leave. Jessica's gonna be here every Sunday, just annoying you.
well. Anyways, I think it's really important that like Operation Detoxification. That's really what's going on. And if you look at the planet, it needs to detoxify.
Yeah.
And one thing that I found that accelerates that particular action is coconut cream. It is the solvent. Just talks about solvent, and you just need to. There's a lot of things that need to be fixed.
How much do you eat of it when you do? Just kind of scoop it.
Well, no, my procedure right now, because the stuff knocks me out,
Yeah.
and I have too much physical work I have to do, so I can't really be doing coconut cream during the day.
Yeah.
Because it's just like you're moving through like quicksand. So at night I will do it's probably about 4 ounces of coconut cream, and about 4 ounces of cream, and then some milk, and I put it in a quart jar, and I have it periodically throughout the night, because this is one of the things that Aajonus wants you to understand is the body needs to eat within a 5-hour time, okay? And once you go past that 5 hours, then the body starts feeding on itself, and that's not really good. So he says, okay, so you make sure that you eat, before 5 hours lapses. So, seeing as I like to sleep for 10 hours, I usually will wake up a couple times a night, and I'll pop a sugar cube size piece of cheese, unsalted raw cheese, which acts as a sponge to suck up the toxins that get dumped into the body when the body's trying to get rid of it through the digestive system. And the cheese acts as a sponge. 10 minutes later, then I can eat, because the body's has stopped dropping toxins. I don't know how he knows this or whatever, but I just take it for granted. That's what he knows.
Yeah.
And so then after 10 minutes, then I'll start sipping this drink that I've made. And figuring, because one thing that I do get when I take too much coconut cream, I'll get a headache.
Yeah.
Nothing like before when I used to be drinking all the time, but just a sensation there. I go, oh, that's not right.
Yeah.
But when I'm sleeping, I just go right through it, and then I'll wake up again, and I'll do the 10 minutes, and more. So usually, it's maybe 2 or 3 times a night I do that.
Yeah.
So that one night I actually drank the whole thing, a quart, periodically.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm really doing my coconut cleansing when I'm asleep.
Which
You gotta be smart in this game.
what's your favorite cheese? The unsalted one. I fuck
Cheddar.
with the cheddar.
Yeah. I fuck with that. What is that? What
I
do you
fuck with the Swiss.
Fine.
That Swiss is fire. That cheddar is just, they all taste the same, but the cheddar is just whatever.
Whatever. That's a viewpoint. It's an individual taste. I'm not gonna.
I need to make
I'm not
sure
gonna
my-
disown
my-
you because you're like that. It's fucking.
I need to make sure my cheese is the best cheese. to
Pretty
choose
cheesy. That's for sure.
From, to choose from.
Yeah.
Do you know someone named Ibrahim?
Abraham. Yeah.
Do you think Abraham will finally upload the videos of which he recorded of Aajonus?
I have fucking no idea.
No idea. Have you talked to him in a long time?
No, I don't talk to him.
A lot of people are trying to kill Aajonus. Do you know any stories of that?
He pretty much laid them all out
Yeah.
at various potlucks. What you need to do is you need to get the disc of all, so far the recorded stuff that they've got for him. And listen yourself.
That's
You know?
true.
Otherwise, it's just hearsay.
Any stories of patients that Aajonus cured? Like any cool stories that
In
you've
the
heard?
book. It's all in the book.
No, that you've heard like. I'm like,
God.
you know what I mean?
God, dude, how
hey,
long
like
you-
someone grew a fucking leg.
How long have you been on the diet?
For what? Almost 2 years. What's that to do
Okay.
with the questions though? I didn't proofread these.
Because you don't duplicate what I say.
Uh-huh.
If you're going to, then I go, well, shit, you need,
Uh-huh. But I'm just trying to hear a personal story from you. Like, hey, like somebody grew a finger back, somebody grew
No.
a pinky back, nothing like that.
No, talk to Chris Kazam. He's a good one for that.
Is it?
Yeah.
What else do you want to say? You got any stories on your mind?
No, I want to say, like, what the fuck?
No more stories? Nothing on top of your head? Anything you want to mention about you, your life?
No, I think I pretty much, I said a lot of things that I think are really important. And, shit, where is that Dr. Huang? No, I'm fine. I'm good. So I don't know if you're looking for something sensational or whatever.
No, not at
No,
all.
this is straight,
Business.
yeah, this is the real deal.
This is a real deal. It really is.
And one thing that you really need to understand is life is basically simple. And there's nothing more simple than the raw diet. Okay?
That's why.
Every complication is a deviation from the raw diet. So and I mean, if you look at how it does it, it's just like, like, there's no real, like, Aajonus has recipes for living without disease. That's basically to segue from the cooked processed food land down to just straight raw food. So this is kind of like things that kind of make it a little less hard to confront, and just you ease your way down here to where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's just eating the stuff straight up.
What's your favorite? Like, do you eat all the time? Bison?
This is pretty damn good. I haven't had this for a while, but I mean ground beef a lot because I have a special deal on that. I really like heart. I really like. I'd love to be getting, fish.
Mm-hmm.
But I love chicken. It kind of reminds me, I have some chicken that's really must be right by now in the refrigerator.
You're making it into high meat?
Well, Laura gave it to me probably a couple months ago when it was too much for her.
Mm-hmm.
So it's,
It's gonna be juicy.
it should be, should be pretty slick.
Do you want to talk about the Rock Club and if anybody lives in Los Angeles, how they can join it? So they can meet you as well.
Well,
you
yeah,
don't
should-
need to though. That's the thing. You don't need to.
Well, then just cut me off. Just get me
you
started.
know how I always do that. I always
God
gotta interrupt
almighty.
you. Yeah, it's a bad habit. I'm always interrupting you.
Shit. See, this is 2 years on the diet, so you can see, like,
See the beauty.
no, it's God. No, you should have seen him before.
The beauty.
Nobody could get a word in edgewise. No, I mean, all you have to do is RA Healthy Foods, and look us up under Farm Match. Just look up in Farm Match, and it'll direct you to, groups within your zip code. So this zip code, like this area, plop in your zip code, and you'll see Raw Healthy Foods, and you just go to that. And then I don't even know all the hoops you're supposed to jump through from that, but you can just take a look at that and you go, and you should have some kind of notification thing like how you can contact us, and just call that.
I just had to take a quiz to get into it.
What?
Yeah, I had to take a quiz about like Aajonus and bacteria.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll have to do that.
But yeah, we'd like to have people that are with the program. I have too many people that are kind of dilettantes, shall we say. And,
Kind of what?
Dilettantes.
What is that? Dilettantes?
Dilettantes. That's kind of, like it's kind of a fashionable thing to do. It's kind of, it's kind of like dabblers. They're just like,
Bitches.
well, whatever. See, anyways, but I want, and it's, you can be whatever you want to be, but if you really want to reap the benefits of this diet, you need to go 100%.
Yeah.
And as far as your animal fries and shit like that,
Animal style.
oh, whatever. See, just get that out of your universe. That's poison.
It really is.
If you're not putting it in your body, it's just mentally screwing you up.
Yeah.
So is there anything more,
That's
senor?
it, man.
Excellent.
Excellent, excellent.
Excellent. Thank you.